Beloved child of God, today I want you to hear these words with your whole heart, for they are not words of coincidence, but words of divine timing and eternal truth. God says the one meant for you is being shaped by His very hands at this moment. Even when you feel alone, even when you question the process, even when you wonder if love will ever meet you in its purest and most sacred form, heaven is already orchestrating the details of your destiny. You must understand that divine preparation does not happen in haste, nor does it bow to impatience. God is not careless with the ones He loves, and because you are His beloved, He will never hand your heart into unworthy hands. Instead, He takes His time to shape, to mold, and to refine the one who is meant to walk with you, pray with you, and journey with you through life. Right now, as you breathe, the Lord is working behind the veil of the unseen. He is pruning away what does not belong in the life of your future partner. He is teaching them lessons, sometimes through fire, sometimes through peace, but always through His faithful hand. Just as He has been shaping you, polishing your character, stretching your faith, and teaching you how to lean on Him, He is doing the same for the one who is destined to stand beside you. Think of how far He has brought you already. Think of the storms you've endured, the prayers you've whispered in the midnight hours, the tears you've cried in moments of loneliness. None of it has been wasted. Every second of your waiting has been recorded in heaven. And in the same way, every second of their journey is being written by the same author who loves both of you deeply. God says the one meant for you is not just another person passing through life. They are not someone you must chase desperately or compromise your values to keep. They are being formed to carry a love that reflects the very heart of Christ. This kind of love does not come by chance, nor by mere human effort. It is birthed in prayer, nourished in faith, and sustained by grace. This is why the wait feels so long. This is why sometimes you wonder if you have been forgotten. But child, the truth is you are not forgotten. You are remembered. You are engraved in the palm of His hand. He is too intentional to allow your path to intertwine with anyone who will not honor the gift that you are. Think of how a potter works with clay. The clay does not resist, nor does it rush the process. It rests in the hands of the potter, even when pressed, even when reshaped, even when put through the fire of the kiln. The result is always something beautiful, something usable, something that carries the signature of the Creator. In the same way, your future spouse is being molded. They may be going through seasons that you cannot see. They may be learning to forgive, to trust, to let go of pride, to walk in humility, to honor God above all else. They may be learning the very lessons you too have learned in your wilderness. And all of it is preparation. Because when God joins two people, He does not join broken pieces that will shatter each other further. He joins vessels that, though once cracked, have been restored by His love and sealed by His Spirit. Do not mistake silence for absence. Do not mistake waiting for abandonment. The silence of God is often the workshop of miracles. Behind that silence, He is building testimonies that will one day stand as proof of His faithfulness. The marriage He is preparing for you is not a temporary shelter. It is a sanctuary, a place of refuge and joy, a partnership ordained to advance His kingdom and reflect His glory. This is why the shaping takes time, because God is not preparing just any marriage. He is preparing a covenant, and covenants are not rushed. Covenants are eternal. They carry weight, they carry purpose, they carry destiny. So hear this again. The one meant for you is being shaped by God at this very moment. While you sit in prayer, they may be sitting in prayer too. While you surrender your heart to the Lord, they may be learning to surrender theirs as well. While you walk in obedience, they may be learning the cost of obedience in their own journey. God is weaving the threads of your two lives in ways that you cannot imagine. What looks like delay is actually divine alignment. What feels like distance is actually the space needed for both of you to grow into the fullness of who you are called to be. You must also understand that this shaping is not only for their benefit, but for yours as well. God will not bring someone into your life until you are ready to receive them in wholeness. You are being shaped in this same moment. Every trial you face, every lesson you learn, every act of forgiveness you extend, every boundary you set, all of it is shaping you into a partner who can stand with strength, with wisdom, with grace. God is not simply preparing someone for you, He is preparing you for them, because love that is divine requires two hearts equally surrendered to Him. The beauty of God's shaping is that it does not waste anything. The mistakes of the past, the heartbreaks, the disappointments, the lessons learned, all of it becomes material in His hands. He uses your past not to disqualify you, but to refine you. He uses your wounds not to define you, but to strengthen you. And He uses your waiting not to punish you, but to prepare you. In the same way, the one meant for you is going through their own process of transformation. The heartbreaks they endured, the challenges they faced, the prayers they whispered, all of it is shaping them into someone who will cherish you in ways that no one else could. Do not rush what God is making perfect. If you receive it too early, you may find it incomplete. But if you wait on His timing, you will receive something so whole, so beautiful, that it will testify of His goodness for the rest of your days. Trust that the one being shaped for you is learning even now how to honor God first, because only then will they know how to honor you. They are learning patience because only then will they know how to walk with you through life's seasons. They are learning selflessness because only then will they know how to love you with the love of Christ. They are learning faith because only then will they know how to stand with you in storms and celebrate with you in victories. As you wait, let your heart be at peace. You do not need to strive or chase after what God has already ordained. You do not need to compare your journey to others or question whether your prayers have been heard. They have been heard. They are being answered, not in fragments, not in half measures, but in fullness. God says, "Be still and know that I am God." Be still in your spirit, be steady in your hope, and be faithful in your walk. The shaping is happening even if you cannot see it. And one day, when the time is right, God will reveal to you the one He has been preparing, and you will understand why the wait was necessary, why the process was long, and why the shaping could not be rushed. Every sunrise, every sunset, every season that passes brings you closer to that divine appointment. The one meant for you is not lost, not wandering aimlessly, not forgotten. They are on a path that God Himself is guiding. And just as He led Abraham to the promise, just as He led Ruth to Boaz, just as He led Isaac to Rebekah, He is leading your steps and theirs to meet in His perfect timing. The author of love has already written your story, and nothing can erase what He has ordained. So lift your head, dry your tears, and hold on to hope. For God says the one meant for you is being shaped by Him at this very moment. This shaping is love in action, grace at work, and destiny unfolding. And when the day comes, you will look back and say, "Truly the Lord has done this, and it is marvelous in our eyes." Child of God, as we move deeper into this message, let your spirit rest on this truth. The one meant for you is not only being shaped, but is also being protected by God. They are being guarded from wrong connections, wrong distractions, and wrong paths that would have led them astray. Just as you have been spared from situations that would have broken your heart further or stolen your peace, they too are being shielded. You may not realize how many times God said no to relationships you thought were right, but in His divine wisdom, He was saving you for someone who would carry His best for you. In the same way, He is saying no in their life, closing doors that seem good in the moment, but would not lead to the destiny He has written for them. Every rejection, every disappointment, every unanswered prayer in their life is part of a divine redirection, bringing them closer to you. Imagine this. Somewhere in this world, your future spouse is learning lessons today that will bless your marriage tomorrow. They may be waking up early to pray, asking God for strength, seeking wisdom, or simply trying to survive a trial. But in all of it, God is building their character. He is planting seeds of humility, responsibility, and faithfulness that will one day bear fruit in your relationship. God is not just preparing them to be a partner for you. He is preparing them to be His vessel, someone whose life reflects His light. Because when you come together, your marriage is not only about companionship, but also about mission. Two lives joined by heaven cannot remain ordinary. They are called to be extraordinary, to be a light in the darkness, to be a testimony of God's faithfulness to everyone who witnesses your love. You may have prayed, "Lord, let me meet them already," and still the days roll on. But listen, every day you wait is another day of shaping, another day of strengthening, another day of building. And while you may think you are waiting alone, remember this: they too are waiting for you. They may not know your name, they may not have seen your face, but their soul is being aligned to yours. Just as your heart sometimes feels restless for the future, theirs does too. Just as you sometimes wonder when God will answer, they are wondering the same. Two hearts, unknown to each other in the flesh, but being tethered by God's Spirit, drawn closer day by day until the right moment comes. Trust that the hand of God is steady. He is not rushing, but neither is He delaying without purpose. The divine appointment has already been set. You cannot miss it because what God ordains cannot be stolen. The one meant for you is not someone you will have to fight to keep. They will be sent, sustained, and sealed by God. You will recognize them not because of a spark of worldly attraction, but because your spirit will find peace. When God shapes a person for you, He also shapes your discernment to know them. There will be confirmation, there will be clarity, there will be peace that surpasses all understanding. Think about the story of Ruth and Boaz. Ruth was widowed, broken and displaced, yet she chose faithfulness and obedience. She followed Naomi into an unknown land with no assurance of what her future would hold. But God was shaping Boaz at the same time. Boaz was not only wealthy, but also kind, generous, and full of integrity. He had been molded into a man who could cover Ruth with both provision and honor. When Ruth walked into the fields of Boaz, it was not chance. It was divine alignment. Their meeting was not random. It was God's timing, bringing together two lives that had been prepared separately but destined to unite. And in their union, a lineage was birthed that would lead to King David and eventually to Jesus Christ Himself. Do you see how powerful divine shaping is? Your future marriage could carry generational impact beyond what you imagine. In this same way, your story is unfolding. You may feel hidden, but hidden is not forgotten. Hidden is protection. Hidden is preparation. God hides the most precious treasures until the time is right. Gold is hidden in the earth until it is refined. Diamonds are hidden deep until they are unearthed. Seeds are hidden in the soil until they break forth into life. And so it is with your love story. Both you and your future spouse are hidden in this season, growing roots, gaining strength, and being prepared. When the time comes, God will reveal both of you to each other, and what once felt hidden will burst into the light of fulfillment. Perhaps you have faced heartbreak that left you doubting whether God truly has someone for you. Perhaps you have questioned if you are worthy of love. Hear this clearly. You are worthy, not because of what you have done, but because of who you are in Christ. Your worth is not diminished by mistakes, not erased by failures, not disqualified by your past. In fact, God often uses the broken pieces of your past to shape you into someone who can love more deeply, forgive more freely, and appreciate more fully. In the same way, your future spouse may have scars, but those scars will tell stories of God's healing. When the two of you come together, your combined testimonies will be a song of redemption that glorifies Him. So, what should you do in this waiting? Do not simply wait idly. Use this time to grow. Pray for them daily, even if you do not know their name. Ask God to strengthen them, protect them, guide them, and prepare them for the journey ahead. The prayers you sow today will bear fruit tomorrow. And as you pray for them, you will also find your own heart being transformed. God will align your desires with His will, so that when you finally meet, your spirits will already be knit together through prayer. There is something powerful about praying for someone you have not met. It builds a foundation in the Spirit that will one day support your life together. And remember this, preparation is not punishment. It is a blessing. If God allowed you to meet too soon, you may not have been ready, and neither would they. But because He loves you, He waits until both of you are ready, not perfect, but prepared. Perfection is not required, but readiness is. God is shaping both of you into vessels that can hold the weight of covenant love. A love that does not crumble under pressure, does not fade in storms, does not wither with time. This is why the shaping matters. Because what God is building in your life is not just romance, it is covenant. It is holy, sacred, and eternal. Think of Joseph in the Bible. Before he could step into his destiny, he was tested in many ways. Betrayed by his brothers, sold into slavery, falsely accused, and imprisoned. But through it all, God was shaping him. When the time came, Joseph rose to power in Egypt, not bitter, not broken, but prepared. He was able to forgive his brothers and save his family. Likewise, the one meant for you may be going through tests right now. They may be in a season of shaping so intense that it feels like fire. But when they emerge, they will carry the strength, the wisdom, and the faith needed to stand beside you. And you too are being refined, so that when you meet, your hearts will be ready to walk in unity. Every step of your journey matters. Every lesson counts. Do not despise this season. Instead, embrace it as evidence of God's hand at work. Because if He is taking this much care to shape you, imagine how much care He is taking to shape the one meant for you. When you finally meet, it will not be two unfinished souls trying to complete each other. It will be two whole souls, already complete in Christ, coming together to reflect His love. That is the kind of union that cannot be shaken. That is the kind of love that endures. So hold on, child of God. Do not let impatience steal your peace. Do not let fear make you settle for less than His best. Do not let loneliness convince you that God has forgotten. He has not forgotten. Even now, the one meant for you is being shaped by His hand. And soon, in His perfect timing, you will step into a season of fulfillment so beautiful that every tear, every prayer, every moment of waiting will make sense. You will see that His timing is never late. His ways are always higher, and His plans are always for your good. Beloved soul, now as we journey into the final part of this message, let these words settle into your heart as a seal of hope. God is faithful to complete the good work He has begun in both you and the one destined to walk alongside you. The shaping is not yet finished, but the author of your story has not laid down his pen. Even now, the same hands that stretched out the heavens are molding your love story into something beautiful, purposeful, and eternal. You must understand that the one meant for you is not being shaped only for your happiness, but for your holiness. Happiness will come, yes, but holiness is the higher calling. God is shaping them into someone who will not pull you away from Him, but will lead you closer. Someone who will not only love you in words, but will show love in action, in sacrifice, in prayer, and in faith. Someone who will not see you as an option, but as a covenant gift. This shaping is sacred because it involves eternal destiny, not temporary pleasure. Many rush into relationships without waiting for God's shaping, and what begins as joy ends as sorrow. But God is saving you from that. He is protecting you from heartbreak that would distract you from your purpose. He is shaping you for someone who will not only stand with you in the sunshine, but will hold your hand in the storm. They will be your prayer partner, your encourager, your safe place, and you in turn will be that for them. This kind of bond is not built on shallow attraction, but on deep spiritual alignment. That is why it takes time. That is why it requires patience. Even now, imagine your future spouse in their private place with God. They may be kneeling in prayer, whispering words you cannot hear, but heaven hears. Perhaps they are asking for strength to keep going. Perhaps they are asking God to prepare them for the person they will one day love. Perhaps they are repenting, releasing old chains, or letting go of past pain. Every prayer they pray is part of the shaping. Every step of obedience they take is part of the journey toward you. And just as they are praying for themselves, they may also be praying for you, without knowing your face or your name. In the Spirit, your prayers and theirs are weaving together, forming a tapestry that God Himself is designing. Do not underestimate the power of this season. What looks empty is full of invisible work. What feels silent is alive with the sound of heaven's movement. Your waiting is not wasted. It is watering seeds that will one day bloom into the garden of your marriage. And when you step into it, you will not step into confusion or chaos, but into peace. Because what God builds, He builds to last. Think about how long Noah worked on the ark before the flood came. Decades of preparation, of shaping wood and following God's blueprint. People may have laughed, doubted, or mocked, but Noah remained faithful. And when the flood came, the ark stood firm, and those inside were saved. In the same way, your preparation feels long. People may not understand why you are waiting. They may question why you are not rushing, why you are not settling. But when the storm of life comes, your union will stand because it was built by God. Your marriage will not just survive, it will thrive because the foundation was laid in obedience, prayer, and trust. And when the day arrives that God reveals your spouse, you will see the evidence of His shaping in their life. You will recognize the humility, the faith, the patience, and the strength He has planted in them. You will see how their journey prepared them to love you well, and they will see the same in you. Your scars will not scare them. They will see the beauty of how God healed you. Their past will not frighten you. You will see the grace that brought them through. Together, you will look at one another and say, "Truly this is the Lord's doing, and it is marvelous in our eyes." Let your heart be encouraged. God is not only shaping them, He is shaping your union's future. He is already weaving provision for your household, protection for your covenant, and purpose for your partnership. Your marriage will not just be about two lives becoming one. It will be about two lives serving God together. Whether through ministry, through family, through work, or through simple daily acts of love, your union will become a testimony. People will look at you and see the reflection of God's faithfulness. They will be reminded that waiting on the Lord is never in vain. You may wonder, when will this happen? How much longer must I wait? Beloved, the exact time is in the hands of God. But do not let the question of when rob you of the joy of now. Right now, you are becoming the person your future spouse is praying for. Right now, you are being strengthened, healed, and refined. Right now, heaven is working, and soon, at the appointed time, what has been hidden will be revealed. What has been delayed will be delivered. What has been promised will manifest. Hold on to hope. Do not let despair creep in. Your story is not over, it is unfolding. The author of love has already written the final chapter, and it ends in joy, not sorrow. Lift your eyes and trust Him. Because God says the one meant for you is being shaped by Him at this very moment, and nothing can stop the work He has begun. So continue in prayer, continue in faith, continue in patience, and when the day comes, walk into that love with gratitude, with humility, and with praise. For your story will be more than a romance. It will be a testimony. And every tear you shed, every night you prayed, every season you waited will have been worth it. And now, let me leave you with this encouragement. Do not grow weary. Your season of waiting is a season of preparation. And preparation always precedes fulfillment. Soon, very soon, you will step into the promise. And when you do, remember this truth, that it was not by chance, not by accident, not by coincidence. It was God, and only God, who shaped the one meant for you and aligned your paths. So, lift your head high, breathe in hope, and walk in peace. For God says the one meant for you is being shaped by Him at this very moment. Trust Him, believe Him, and rest in His love. The promise is sure, the timing is perfect, and the fulfillment will be glorious.